Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We've had clouds move into the area since this morning's briefing and some radar returns in the local area, but not seeing any rain reach the surface at the moment. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, we have those showers that are starting to move through the area. We have this boundary off to the south that will be lifting north as we go through the day and into the overnight hours tonight, bringing some warmer air in, setting up for a warm Friday, and that will occur as this area of low pressure tracks off to the northeast. If we look at the upper level winds from this morning's sounding, we had those east-northeasterly winds near the surface becoming more north-northwesterly and then becoming westerly as we get above 5,000 feet. Seeing our peak wind around 25,000 feet at 89 knots. The freezing level is at 9,100 feet. If we look at the current local radar, we do see those light returns over the local area. A little bit heavier returns off to the west, but we do have some dry air in place near the surface, so not seeing that precip reaching the surface, at least for the moment, but can't rule out a light sprinkle or light shower as we go over the next hour or two. If we look at the current visible satellite, we see plenty of clouds in the area with an onshore breeze across the peninsula, keeping temperatures upper 40s, low 50s at the moment. I'm expecting that to continue as we go throughout most of the daytime hours before we see the southerly winds start to move up with that warm front, allowing things to warm up later in the evening and into the day tomorrow. If we look at the short-term high-resolution model, see how things play out, see these showers here. We'll start to push out of the area as we get into the afternoon hours. Again, just a light sprinkle or light shower as we go through the next hour or two, then things should dry out. We'll see a fairly seasonable day, and then as we get into the evening hours and that warm front lifts through, we'll see warmer temperatures start to climb into the area as we go through the evening and overnight hours. We'll see a surface trough come across the area for the early morning hours Thursday that has a chance of bringing maybe a light shower or two as it pushes through during the morning hours Thursday. Some models indicating very slight chance of maybe even a lightning strike or two with one of those showers, but not looking very likely at the moment, but it is a non-zero chance to be aware of. Then as that trough pushes through, set up for a clearing day on Thursday with plenty of sunshine, and we'll see very warm temperatures, and will be a pretty nice day other than seeing some breezy conditions, but we could see some record high temperatures for our Thursday. As we go through the day Thursday and into the evening hours, remaining mild as we push through towards Friday, and then we could see a boundary that will be dropping across the area as we go through Friday morning. Behind that, we'll see a continuation of breezy conditions, but we'll see those winds out of the northwest with some cooler air, more seasonable air coming in during the day Friday, seeing temperatures dropping throughout the day, but maybe a very slight chance of a sprinkle along that boundary as it pushes through, but otherwise mainly dry conditions as we go through Friday. If we zoom out and take a look at the longer term forecast, this is the European model here. Starting Friday evening, we will see things remain dry until we get into the day on Saturday, where we'll have this area low pressure tracking across the southern part of the country. That's going to bring some rain showers into the area as we get to the PM hours on Saturday. There are some indication maybe a few flurries mixed in on the front end of these showers as they move in, if there is some cooler air in place. Not expecting anything too significant, maybe just a few flurries before transitioning over to an all rain event as we go into the evening and overnight. Then we should see things start to pull out of here by Sunday, setting up for a dry day Sunday. We'll see some slightly breezy conditions Sunday, and then as we go into the beginning of next week, it looks like we have a potential for another potent low pressure system quickly moving across the northern part of the country. It's going to lift a warm front as well as bring some chances of showers into the area as we get late in the day Monday and into the morning hours on Tuesday before that clears out of here and we see some dry conditions return. So looking at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we have that yellow risk for precip this morning with those light showers in the area. Again, might see a light sprinkle, maybe a light shower as we go through the next hour or two. Then that should wrap up as we get into the afternoon hour. Temperature sitting in the low 50s at the moment, not expecting much of an increase from there as we go throughout the rest of the day until we get into the early morning hours Thursday, but we'll keep that fairly light onshore breeze throughout the day. Could see it become a little bit more gusty later in the day, gusting up to 15 knots, and then we'll see that wind slowly start to become more southerly as we get into the evening and overnight hours. We do have that yellow chance of seeing some lower clouds moving in the area as we get after sunset today, and that will maintain through the morning hours on Thursday. We'll also see those winds start to pick up as some warm air starts to move in, so our low for this evening will be around 51, and that will be early in the evening. Then those temperatures will start to climb with that southerly breeze, expecting 60s to start the day on Thursday, but we'll see those winds picking up out of the southwest at 10 to 15 knots, gusting up to 20 as we start our day on Thursday. And that next round of precip will move through. Slight chance of seeing that move through after the 2 a.m. time frame. So we do have that yellow risk from for the morning hours Thursday. And again, a very slight chance of maybe of embedded rumble of thunder, but not looking too likely at the moment. Less than a 10% chance is kind of what we're seeing right now. Right now, tides are running slightly above normal. Looking at our day Thursday, partly cloudy and mostly sunny day. Warm, will be breezy, so we do have that orange risk for winds that are above 25 knots, and we'll have that high around 75 degrees. It's about 25 degrees above average for this time of year. Thursday evening, we'll maintain mild conditions with a low around 55. We'll keep things slightly breezy, but maybe not as gusty, so we have a yellow risk for winds above 25 knots. Otherwise, mostly clear to partly cloudy as we get into the day on Friday. That front moves through Friday morning. Very slight chance of a sprinkle with that, but otherwise we'll see partly cloudy conditions. Continued breezy conditions, looking a bit breezier for our Friday, so we do have that red risk for winds at or above 25 knots. Otherwise, temperatures will be falling, becoming more seasonable throughout the day. On Friday, our high of 57 will be early in the day, and then we'll see those temperatures starting to drop. If we take a look at the extended forecast, our next chance, best chance of rain will be Saturday during the PM hours, where rain is likely at this time, about a 60% chance looking like at this time. Will be a much more cooler and more seasonable day for Saturday, starting off a low around 28 and only reaching a high in the low 40s for Saturday. Should see that start to wrap up as we get into Sunday, with Sunday being dry, mostly to partly cloudy. Seasonable day, low at 34 with a high of 54. And then a continuation into Monday, except for we'll see some rain chances move in late in the day Monday and into the evening, possibly hanging on into the overnight on Tuesday, but otherwise mostly cloudy. We'll have that chance of PM rain, and we'll see a high around 55, so slightly above average. Mild evening, Monday evening, with that system moving through with a low around 50 degrees, and then going into Tuesday, another warm day with mostly to partly cloudy conditions, but we'll see a breeze for our Tuesday with a high around 62 degrees. Well, that will wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day.